what I want to talk about is really the sort of broader picture that AR fits into. And data visualization, our ability to see new things and understand new things, is a real big important part of this. This is from something that a blog called Information is Beautiful did. And I wonder why it's not showing the top. Well, what the top shows is the surface area required to power the world with solar power. And what this kind of indicates is, like, it's astonishing how little land we would need to power to power the entire world. And I'll come back to that in a little bit. I also want to try and come up with this kind of simple equation that might help people think about this bigger picture that AR fits into, that really adds up to what we call the outer net. And the first part about that is, as we talked about last night, is that the Web 2.0 as a term, when was it invented? Right. Right. 2004, 2005? That's 5 years ago. That's an eternity. We are not even at. Right. Right. And I call, yeah. So it's a tenfold jump that I think we're in the midst of, and we don't even see it. So some of those exponential changes include all these different ideas and terms down here, including cloud computing, in terms of mobile broadband, semantic, as we've talked about. All of these are kind of part of the sort of web infrastructure aspect of it. But the next part is where kind of AR fits in. Well, here's a couple things. Number of RFID tags are going to explode even by the end of next year. And they're just one form of the way in which sensors and smart objects are increasing. The growth in mobile telephones. I mean, the largest platform of computer now is, in our pockets. And of course, the largest category of camera is associated with mobile devices now. Here's another big part of this, and what kind of figures into this notion of the Internet of Things, is that so many more people are going to be connected to the Internet in the next few years as well. In fact, I saw something in Friedman's column this morning that by 2050, there's going to be 3 billion more people on the planet, and that's more than all the people on the planet in 1950. So that is a reality that is going to change everything. So the digiphys is this notion of the convergence of the symbiosis of digital and physical systems, networks, phenomena. And augmented reality kind of fits into that because you can see where, that this is where our physical experience and digital information and technologies come together. And that's fed by all these other things like location awareness. I think that there are many aspects of what we're calling augmented reality, and I have a very, very broad definition of it, that include things like the way in which our memories are going to be enhanced by being able to access or recall anything. We've seen that with that sixth sense thing where you could, remember someone's name. So that's part of the augmentation of human experience or potential of collaboration. And, I think that we need not settle for a very narrow definition of augmented reality as just this notion of interface or overlay. In fact, the one thing I would posit is that we talk about this as augmented reality, as if it's something extra. This is reality. This is where the distinction between digital phenomena and physical phenomena are going to evaporate. All right, so those two components, I think, add up to what we mean by the outer net. I didn't invent the term, but I really have felt that it got at the fact that we're talking about the Internet coming out of whatever constraints or boundaries that it's had. And again, back to this digital physical, we are seeing an enormous explosion in the growth of sensors in everything. I mean, you talk about these handheld devices, but sensors everywhere and all types measuring all kinds of things. You can't read the top of this, but it's remote monitoring of the heart. So this is a wearable device that actually may be able to help patients with congestive heart failure detect, if they were about to kick off. This is another example where our physical selves and our digital selves are getting blended together. It's kind of Kurzweilian, but the reality is between cochlear implants and our knee replacements, there is a lot of real fundamental interface between humans and machines.